How can a team with 6 Super Bowls, a legendary coach, and one of the NFL's best defenses keep falling short? The Pittsburgh Steelers, once the gold standard of winning, now feel more like the gold standard of letting their fans down in the most frustrating ways possible. From the dynasty years of the 1970s to their Super Bowl win in 2009, this team was built on toughness and dominance. Now, they're built on moral victories, almost, and a whole lot of second-place vibes. Think about it. This is a franchise that gave us the steel curtain, that made defense scary, that produced Hall of Fame names like Terry Bradshaw, Franco Harris, and Troy Polamalu. The kind of team that other franchises used to look at and think, man, how do we become them? These days, NFL fans and analysts debate on whether Pittsburgh will finish third or fourth in the AFC North Division. The last real glory moment for Pittsburgh came in 2009 when they hoisted the Lombardi Trophy in dramatic fashion, thanks to Ben Roethlisberger, Santonio Holmes, and some toe-tap magic. That moment is etched into NFL history. But since then, the highlight reel looks more like a blooper reel. Early playoff exits, blown opportunities, and the same old problems repeated year after year. And yet, despite all of this, they still stand tall in one category: stability. No losing seasons under Mike Tomlin. That's right, 0. Every single year since 2007, Tomlin has kept this team above water. On paper, that's incredible. In reality, it's like being the kid in school who brags about never failing a class, but somehow never gets an A either. You're not bad, but you're not great. D's for degrees, I guess. The Rooney family deserves credit for building this culture of consistency. Unlike franchises that panic after 2 bad seasons and start over, the Steelers believe in loyalty and long-term thinking. That's the Rooney way. It's why they've had only 3 head coaches since 1969. That's unheard of, and it's why Tomlin still has his job. But here's the kicker. While loyalty brings stability, it can also bring complacency. And that's been Pittsburgh's biggest problem in the past decade. So let's talk offense, or rather, the lack of it. Ever since Bruce Arians was forced out as offensive coordinator in 2011, the Steelers have been stuck in an endless carousel of uninspired play calling. Todd Haley, Matt Canada, and others all had their turns, and none of them managed to build anything consistent. It's been like a bad cooking show where the ingredients are solid, but the chef keeps burning the meal. The Steelers hired Arthur Smith to be their offensive coordinator in 2024. His reputation has been a punchline since Atlanta, where he somehow turned their most talented players into background extras in his mystery offense. Falcons fans blasted him for overthinking every play call, like he was running a Sudoku puzzle instead of a football team. Under Arians, the Steelers had an identity. They stretched the field, they scored points, and they knew who they were. After Arians left, it became a guessing game every week. What's the plan this time? Bubble screens on 3rd and long, a run up the middle for negative yards, an occasional deep shot that sails 10 yards out of bounds? It's like watching reruns of a bad sitcom you've already seen 100 times. Might as well just watch Mike Wallace and Antonio Brown highlights to cheer up.
Breaking away, going for the end zone. Wallace. Blitz on.
And when it comes to the offensive line, things only got worse. Back when Mike Munchak was coaching, the Steelers' line was a wall. Ben Roethlisberger had time to throw, running backs had lanes, and defenses were on their heels. Then Munchak left, and suddenly the wall turned into wet cardboard. The pass protection fell apart, the run game collapsed, and every offensive snap became a shameful display. And then, of course, there's the quarterback problem. For years, Big Ben was the solution. Even as his career wound down, he still managed to drag the Steelers into playoff contention. But once he retired, it's been quarterback musical chairs. Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields. The names change, but the mediocrity stays the same. The Steelers' decision to bring in Aaron Rodgers feels like a desperate swing. He's a 40-year-old diminished version of his MVP self who spent most of the offseason dragging things out. Rodgers still carries name value and flashes of brilliance, but whether he can hold up and actually elevate Pittsburgh's offense in 2025 is the big question. Now, let's circle back to Mike Tomlin. He's one of the most respected coaches in the league, and for good reason. His players love him, and he commands respect. His loyalty to his staff, his belief in the standard, but his acceptance of just enough have kept the Steelers competitive, but never dominant. And while the offense sputters, the defense has been forced to carry the load year after year. TJ Watt terrorizes quarterbacks, and Cam Hayward clogs the trenches. On paper, this defense should be championship caliber. But when they're on the field for 40 minutes a game, even the best eventually crack. Roster building hasn't helped either. The Steelers pour resources into defense, but treat the offense like an afterthought. Outside of Metcalf, they rarely make big free agent splashes on that side of the ball. Most of their offensive players come from the draft, and because the team is always in the middle of the pack, their draft position is stuck in the middle too, so they keep drafting decent players. Never terrible, never great, hoping they'll develop. Pittsburgh has definitely hit on many third-round or later picks, but picking later in the first round is too low to land a true franchise quarterback or star wide receiver. The Steelers aren't bad enough to hit rock bottom, but they're not good enough to climb to the top either. They exist in this strange NFL limbo where 10-7 seasons are celebrated as proof of consistency. But fans know deep down it's just spinning the wheels. It's the same script every year. Keep the streak alive with a 17-18 game season. Rinse, repeat, and disappoint. Fans of Pittsburgh deserve better than moral victories. They deserve more than, well, at least we didn't have a losing season. This is a franchise with 6 Super Bowls. It should be competing for 7, not bragging about staying above 500. It's like being proud that your 5-star restaurant didn't serve raw chicken. Congrats, you met the bare minimum. The Steelers have the history, the culture, and the fan base. They've got a defense built to win. But until they fix the offense, until they stop clinging to barely enough, they'll keep living in the land of second-place vibes, and that 7th Lombardi trophy will never come back to Pittsburgh. So, let's leave the question with you. What do you think the Steelers need the most? Is it a quarterback, an offensive line, a new play caller, or all of the above? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's figure out how Pittsburgh can finally turn almost good enough back into greatness. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the video on your screen right now for more football.